Hello once again guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Vex here and we are back with the Carbon Collective Motorsport. This is a couple of races that happened before Christmas and New Year. Hope everyone's had a great Christmas and a New Year. We are now in 2024. So this was, obviously we've been doing a Saturday series, Saturday sprint series, so 4 regular races, 15-minute sprint races, and then we have a race, the 5th race being a snow race at Lake Louise. So without further ado, we'll have a look down through the grid. Obviously, this is the Honda Rcr Civic, one make. Hodgie lines up on pole. We've got Smurf there in 2nd place. We've got Aaron in 3rd. Vexed is there in 4th. We've got Wayne G 5th. Dan Bailey is 6th. Chuck is 7th. Mawson is in 8th. Ice is in 9th. Seamus 10th. And Moose bringing up the rear in 11th. I believe it was kind of a reverse rolling grid kind of thing. We didn't manage to save all of the races from this Saturday series, but here is one of the better ones, I believe. I think Dan Bailey may be going on to win this one, but we'll have a look anyway. So let's get into it. We're obviously at Tsukuba in Japan. Hodgie is going to head the field as they come across the start-finish line for the start of this race in the Rich Energy liveried Honda Civic, as Aaron going for a move up the inside. He managed to get it to stick. He's in the Monster Energy Civic. We got Smurf getting shuffled down a little bit now. He's down to 3rd place as Vex manages to get a move done round the outside as he... Oh, and Smurf actually goes back up the inside and collects Aaron on the way as well. Dan Bailey drifted into the back of him there. So Smurf still holding it on the outside. Chuck actually managing to slide up there into 4th place. We got Vexed and Aaron now having a bit of a battle. Aaron's going to have the inside for this hairpin. Vex looking for the switchback though. That was a great move there. That was absolutely textbook. Vex moving up to 2nd place now. That was a cracking move, wasn't it? Aaron, he's going to stick with him though. He's firmly in that slipstream. Excuse me. Bit of a frog in my throat. As we've got Chuck looking up the inside now as well. Chuck having a look against Aaron, not quite going to get it done. Is he going to have a look into turn 1? We've got Mawson in the background there as well, and Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey goes for a slinging it up the inside. Oh, Dan Bailey, that was a bit optimistic. He had to go for it though, didn't he? So nobody really coming out too unscathed out of that. Moose has managed to find his way up to 4th place now. He's starting to put the pressure on Chuck and Aaron. In a bit of a rolling roadblock at the moment, nowhere for him to go. He's going to have to sit there in 4th place for the meantime. Chuck now down to 5th. Mawson is there in 6th place. We've got Dan Bailey down in 7th after that moment on turn 1. Smurf finding himself down in 8th place now. Wayne G not managing to make his way through the field just yet. He's in 9th. Ice Chan looking like he had a bit of a moment there in 10th. And Seamus in 11th. So Hodgie still looking strong at the moment. He's still out in that 1st place. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap as well. Having an absolutely cracking race at the moment. He did take the fastest lap on lap 1, but Moose has just done the fastest lap of 58.4. And Moose actually getting the move done on Vex. I think Vex went a little bit deep and almost onto the grass. That's allowed Moose through. So Moose is now free to try and challenge Hodgie. I think Hodgie up ahead has had a bit of a moment. Looking like he's lost that momentum now. He's lost that gap that he had over the rest of the field. Moose is looking every which way to try and get past Hodgie. He's going to have to go the long way around this time around. Hodgie manages to cover it off. So the battle for 1st place is really starting to heat up now. Hodgie is going to have to throw them defensive moves. I think he's going to be covering the inside as they come into this final turn. Oh, almost running a little bit deep there. I think he was onto the marbles. That allowed Moose through. So Moose, now your new race leader. He's up to 1st place now. Hodgie down to 2nd. Oh, it's Hodgie. Hodgie with a great move there. I was late on the brakes. Moose is still there on his outside though. Well, he has managed to get it done. That was a little bit pushed to pass. No, he's let Hodgie retake the position, has he? And he has. And Dan Bailey comes from nowhere up to 1st place now. As I say, I thought this might have been the one that Dan Bailey won, and I think Oh, it's looking like he may be on for it at the moment, isn't it? Lap 4 with nearly 4 minutes in. Obviously a 15-minute race, this one. I think Vext having a moment somewhere as well. Vext is, he's not even on the board at the moment. So that's Dan Bailey, new race leader. He's got a healthy gap over the rest of the field now. He's going to be looking to try and keep it on the track and bring it home. There's a gaggle of 3 cars now as they come up into turn 1. I think Mawson's going to come off better out of that, and he has. Moving up to 2nd place now for Mawson. Hodgie's down to 3rd. We've got Ice Chand up there with Moose though. Ice Chand and Moose side by side, 4th and 5th respectively. Apologies guys, I am still quite congested after having a bout of COVID over Christmas with the missus. Oh, and Hodgie now down to 6th place as Chuck manages to move through on him there. So it's all coming undone at the moment for Hodgie. He led the race for 4 laps. Smurf now back up to 7th place. And I did say it, didn't I? Vexed, having a bit of a moment somewhere. Now finding himself in 8th. Aaron must have had one as well, because he's down in 9th place. Wayne G is there in 10th, and then Seamus all the way down in 11th. He's in the Castrol GTX liveried Civic. As I say, a lot of guys struggling a little bit with this car. Not one of the greatest cars to drive. It's got some really strange handling characteristics. I do remember this combination was actually a time trial going back a few months, wasn't it? Back last year sometime. So Mawson's in the raw liveried Civic there, fending off Moose. Moose finding himself in a Mawson Chand sandwich at the moment. Let's have a look at Chand in that orange. Almost looks a little bit like a Need for Speed tribute. Running the Carbon Collective Motorsport livery on the side there, or decal should I say. Chuck there in the Rockstar Energy, the second of the 2 Rockstar Energied Civics. They're in 5th place. Hodgie, he's there in 6th. Smurf 7th. Aaron has managed to find his way to 8th. Vext is there in 9th. Oh, Wenny G comes alongside him. We managed to get that move done. And it looks like he's off into the sunset. Oh, Vex going for a bit of grass cutting there. That's not what he wants to do. That's not going to help him in his efforts. So Seamus still there in last place. He's got quite a bit of catching up to do, hasn't he, if he wants to be able to make up some positions. But meanwhile, this guy, he's looking like he's on track for the win at the moment. We're halfway through, just over, or just under. He's actually got the fastest lap at the moment with a 58.010. Nearly into the 57s for Dan Bailey. Had an absolutely cracking race at the moment. He seems to be the only guy that's actually connected with this car. Made it come to life. As we look behind him, we can see Mawson. Oh, Mawson was in 2nd place. He's dropped now to 4th, so Mawson must have had a moment on that hairpin. Moose now back up to 2nd place. Is Moose going to retake the fastest lap? And he does with a 57.8. So Moose, the first guy on track into the 57s. What can he do? Can he challenge Dan Bailey? Got a little bit of work to do, hasn't he? Ice Chan now in 3rd. Looking to try and pressure Moose. Maybe try and force him into an error. Mawson now being chased by Chuck. Mawson actually looking like he's managed to create a bit of a gap now to Chuck. Chuck, he's a few car lengths behind. But it could all change. We have seen, we've had a few cars going off track. Quite unforgiving around here. There's a lot of grass. So you do go for a little excursion if you end up leaving the track. It takes a little while to get back sometimes. And there we go, the horns. Somebody's located their horn now. Aaron trying his utmost to try and get onto the back of Hodgie again. Oh, and I think that was Vexed actually bipping his horn there. Smurf there in 9th. Wayne G. Seamus actually with his hazards on now. I think he's trying to let the other guys know that he's going slow around the track. He's looking very slow at the moment, isn't he? I don't know if he's got issues with that car. I think he was struggling a little bit with it, to be fair. As was everyone else, and he is actually, Hodgie is coming up to lap him now. So the battle is on now for, oh, Moose, he's gone, he's off. He's off on the final turn. So Ice Chan is going to move through and take that second place away. Mawson has moved through as well, so the top 3, Dan Bailey, Ice Chan, Mawson. We're into the last 4 minutes of this race. Danny Bailey looking good at the moment though, isn't he? Lovely colourful livery on display. And we have got some Christmas liveries coming up for you very shortly. Managed to save a couple of the races from the Christmas special. I believe this Saturday there is actually a £20 PSN gift card on offer for the winner. So we will do our utmost to cover all the races. So Moose, after that moment, he's found himself down in 4th place now. All that hard work he's done has come undone. I don't think he's got enough time now to be able to challenge for the race of the lead. I think he's going to be still trying to maybe challenge for them last 2 spots on the podium, but he may have Chuck to deal with just yet. Chuck there in 5th place. So we'll have a quick rundown as we are coming into the dying stage. We've got Dan Bailey in 1st, we've got Ice Chan 2nd, Mawson is in 3rd, Moose is 4th, we've got Chuck in 5th, Hodgie in 6th. Aaron is there in 7th place, we got Vexed in 8th. Oh, Vexed looking like he may be going for a move against Aaron. Can he take that position? He's managed to get past Smurf already. Smurf now down to 9th place. A little beep of the horn there, letting Aaron know that he's there. Oh no, Aaron's gone deep. Aaron's gone deep. He's off. Yeah, he's gone for a little excursion there. So Vexed up to 7th place. Smurf is there up to 8th. Aaron now down to 9th place. Winnie G, he's there in 10th. Seamus 11th. trying to find where the closest battle is at the moment. I think it might be between these guys. It might be between Mawson and Moose. Mawson's going to have to cover that inside, isn't he? Otherwise Moose is going to have a look. He is having a look already. Hopefully there's not going to be contact between them two. I think it was all clean there. Oh, as Mawson actually goes a little bit deep on the exit of that turn. Come on, Mawson. So it looks like Moose now looking for the move on Ice Chand up ahead. Where's Chuck gone? Chuck's down to 5th place. And they are side by side as they come into this hairpin. The penultimate hairpin. Still side by side as they come along the back straight. It's going to be a drag race into the final turn. I think Moose has managed to just edge ahead. Ice has got the inside though. Moose is going to be on the outside, in amongst them marbles. And Ice manages to keep that position for the meantime. Moose out on them marbles again. This is the final lap now. He is looking for that move though, isn't he? He's almost got the switchback done. That was almost a cracking move there by Moose, but Ice Chand, he's just defending really well at the moment, isn't he, as Ice? Putting that car exactly where he wants it to be, not allowing Moose any room to be able to come alongside and get past him. And I think Hodgie is now going to finish in 6th place. We got Smurf there in 7th, Aaron will be 8th, Vexed is 9th, Winnie G 10th, Seamus 11th. I think he has done just enough to keep that race lead. Come around the final turn for the 16th and final time. Danny Bailey, he's going to take the win there. Ice Chand 2nd place, Moose is 3rd, Mawson's going to be 4th, Chuck in 5th, Hodgie 6th, Gary 7th, Aaron 8th, Vex 9th. Obviously you saw the rest of the grid, didn't we? We did run down through the grid. Well, that was the RCR one make. I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. I'll be back with the next one. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.